Liam Byrne, recognised as one of Ireland's most formidable criminals, has spent his life surrounded by a close-knit, violent gang consisting of family members and childhood friends. As a pivotal player in Dublin's narcotics scene, he heads the Byrne organised crime group, which serves as the Dublin-based branch of the global Kinahan cartel. Despite his deep involvement in gang conflicts, drug trafficking, and arms dealing, Byrne has remarkably never been incarcerated for any organised crime activities. But who is this underworld figure, and how did he rise to become a top Irish crime lord and a valued lieutenant of the Kinahans? We delve into his life and criminal career in this video. Welcome to the Pursuit of Perpetrators channel, where I unravel the veiled tales of cryptic crimes. Known to his intimates as Bugsy, Liam Byrne was born in October 1980, the second youngest of 6 siblings. Liam Byrne has spent his entire life on the same street in Crumlin, southwest Dublin. His father, James "Jaws" Byrne, is a well-known criminal with past associations to the armed robber Martin the General Cahill, engaging in activities like fraud and counterfeiting. His mother, Sadie, hails from the Rowe family, known for their extensive connections to many of Dublin's top organised crime groups. These family ties have been crucial in Liam's ascent within the Dublin criminal underworld. As Liam climbed the criminal ladder, he leaned on connections such as Fat Freddie Thompson, Liam Brannigan, and Liam Rowe. Currently, 7 of the 17 key members of Liam's gang are his first cousins, all part of the Rowe family. The Byrne family residence has long been established at Raleigh Square in Crumlin. Despite not having a legitimate income for decades, his father owns the house outright. In 2001, authorities seized over €20,000 in cash from their home, and 3 years later, Jaws was compelled to pay over €200,000 following a tax assessment from Revenue and the Criminal Assets Bureau, CAB. At one point, CAB also confiscated his Rolex Oyster Perpetual watch, valued at over €35,000. However, Jaws has never disclosed the source of his wealth. From his early teens, Liam Byrne was notorious for his violent behaviour and was actively involved in drug dealing on the streets alongside other young offenders. He was part of a youth gang that included teenagers from Crumlin and Drimnagh, who received their drug supplies from Christy Kinahan, a criminal figure then in his mid-30s, splitting his time between Ireland and the UK. Liam also engaged in robberies. In 2000, he received a 4-year suspended sentence for armed robberies he committed at the age of 17. Nevertheless, Liam Byrne's suspended sentence was subsequently activated and extended by an additional 2 years after he was involved in a brutal attack using a baseball bat on Trevor Donnelly, a former League of Ireland footballer. Despite Liam's attempts to deter Donnelly's partner from testifying by offering her €50,000 and issuing threats against their lives, she bravely took the stand. Tragically, she was severely assaulted shortly after giving her testimony. Just before Liam was imprisoned, his gang fractured into 2 factions, following a Garda raid at a Holiday Inn hotel. During the operation, 2 gang members were apprehended while actively processing cocaine in their hotel room, where substantial quantities of drugs were discovered. A 3rd member of the gang, Liam Byrne's close friend Declan Gavin, was arrested in the same raid. Although he was not physically handling the drugs, he was released without charges a few days later, sparking suspicions within the gang that he might be an informant. This suspicion led to a split within the group. Brian Rattigan led the faction that turned against Declan Gavin, while Freddie Thompson headed the opposing side. During Liam's incarceration, a vicious conflict known as the Drimnagh-Crumlin feud erupted between these 2 factions. In 2001, Declan Gavin became the first of 13 men to lose their lives in this feud over the following decade. Liam's younger brother, David Byrne, who was deeply involved in the feud, was present at Gavin's fatal stabbing by Brian Rattigan and later testified at Rattigan's trial. Upon his release from Mountjoy prison in 2004, Liam found that his teenage gang had evolved into a well-established drug syndicate under the leadership of Fat Freddie Thompson, supplied generously by Christy Kinahan. By then, Kinahan had relocated to Spain, ascending to a significant position in the international drug trade. Liam followed Kinahan to Spain, coordinating drug and weapons shipments back to Ireland. After Spanish authorities began targeting the Kinahan cartel, Liam returned to Ireland. Together with Fat Freddie Thompson, he took charge of receiving Kinahan's drug shipments into Ireland and overseeing their distribution and debt collection. However, in 2007 and 2008, a life-threatening feud with the Irish National Liberation Army, INLA, forced Thompson to flee Ireland. His departure allowed Liam to ascend as the leader of what the CAB now calls the Byrne Organised Crime Group. This group focused solely on managing the Irish operations of the Kinahan cartel for nearly 6 years, despite numerous Garda interventions, including the seizure of drugs worth over €10 million. The gang continued to receive vast quantities of narcotics from countries such as Afghanistan, Morocco, and Colombia. The dynamics changed dramatically in 2016, after Gary Hutch, once seen as Daniel Kinahan's right-hand man, turned against him attempting a robbery and assassination. A deadly feud ignited between the Kinahans and the Hutch family, marking another violent chapter in the ongoing saga of Dublin's criminal underworld. In 2015, Gary Hutch was murdered in Spain, and the following year a retaliatory strike took place at Dublin's Regency Hotel during a boxing weigh-in, attended by Daniel Kinahan and various members of the Byrne group, including Sean McGovern and Liam Rowe. Although the attack targeted Daniel Kinahan in retribution for Gary Hutch's murder, he managed to escape, while Liam's brother, David, was tragically killed. This meticulously planned assault, carried out by at least 12 members of the Hutch gang, ignited the feud immediately. Before David Byrne's funeral could take place, another member of the Hutch family, Gary's uncle Eddie Hutch, was fatally shot. Over the next 6 months, killings occurred with chilling regularity. To date, the Kinahan-Hutch feud has led to 18 devastating deaths. A month after the Regency Hotel incident, Garda raided several properties linked to the Kinahans and Byrnes. Among the targeted properties was the home of Liam Byrne, where he resided with his partner and 2 of their children near his parents' house. Purchased in 2011 in his sister's name for €250,000, the house had since undergone extensive renovations and improvements, costing a staggering €740,000. It boasted a gym, a bar, a home cinema, and a jacuzzi. As might be expected of a genuine crime lord, the residence was fortified with advanced security measures, including bulletproof windows and a state-of-the-art CCTV system, and even featured a panic room. One room, used for social gatherings among gang members, was adorned with sports memorabilia, including several signed Liverpool Football Club jerseys, a hat from F1 driver Michael Schumacher, a pair of Mike Tyson's gloves, and a framed photo of Liam with the boxer Marvin Hagler. Liam Byrne, recognized as the head of the Byrne crime group, had previously established a car business purportedly as a front to launder money from the gang's drug dealings, but this venture had been shut down by authorities. Various assets, including luxury cars, cash, exclusive watches, and other properties were confiscated. Subsequently, the High Court ruled that assets worth €2.7 million were proceeds of crime. Liam's house was seized and put up for sale in 2021. To this day, with an asking price of €400,000, the house remains unsold. It has been completely stripped, standing empty with boarded-up windows and doors, surrounded by overgrown grass. After the outbreak of the Kinahan and Hutch feud, and losing his battle against the Criminal Assets Bureau, Liam fled to the UK in 2019 and began operating from Birmingham. He moved to the Tamworth area, close to his brother-in-law Thomas "Bomber" Kavanagh. In the early 1990s, Bomber, a key figure in both the Byrne and Kinahan operations, had also fled Ireland after being targeted by CAB. He settled in the UK and established a substantial drug smuggling network with Christy Kinahan. Bomber swiftly ascended the ranks of the cartel, eventually becoming second in command to Daniel Kinahan himself. However, Bomber's criminal career came to an end in March 2022 when he received a 21-year prison sentence from a British court for conspiring to import drugs worth €36 million. With Bomber incarcerated, Liam Byrne assumed the role of Kinahan's principal lieutenant in the UK. CAB asserts that Liam and Sean McGovern, another key figure in the Byrne group, are at the very pinnacle of organised crime in Ireland. Following Bomber's downfall, Byrne reportedly has left his base in Tamworth, but he remains the acknowledged leader of the Byrne organised crime group, continuing its narcotics operations. Share your thoughts and feedback in the comments section below. If you found my investigative analysis insightful, please be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Pursuit of Perpetrators channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon too, so you'll get notified each time I release a new video. I appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Until then, stay curious and keep seeking truth.